Yo, Greg.
Yo, Crypto Nation and mining family, what's going on out there? It is another Saturday with your hashing buddies here. Crypto McKell, and of course myself, Nemesis. Yo, what's going on, everybody? We got John Germain going, good evening. Same to you, man. Same to you, my dude. Crypto Bedell with the FA. Yo, that's what's up. That's what's up. We would have started a little bit earlier, but this man said that his hat was 6 steps away, and it was 6 steps next to his drink, and then he had to pour it,
I got to my hat, right, and then I grabbed my hat, and then my drink was empty when I grabbed my hat. I was like, crap. So I just went and grabbed another drink real fast.
You see how this goes now?
Yesterday.
Thank God. But what's going on, all you awesome people? What's going on, Crypto Nico? What's up? What's up?
Sorry, I had a cable that was like hanging down and got caught on my other cable, like for my headphones.
Yeah,
it was for my controller.
I have gone on a cable fucking like organizational kick lately. It was a little out of control, and on top of that, my computer case,
sometimes it happens.
The USBs on my computer case, the case is like 3 years old now, and I've plugged a lot of things in and out of the USB ports, and I can tell they're starting to get a little loose.
Oh yeah, I got a couple of those that I just kind of steer away from. That I'm like,
So what I did instead, I'm like, well, since they still are good, some of my devices have issues with certain ports, but I can get new, like, it seems like if it's new, it connects just fine. So it's like, my
until
stuff,
the actual plug starts wearing.
Right. Then I'm like a little screwed. So I like went and got myself a couple of USB bricks that are powered. So I'm like, I'm not even really siphoning any real power off my PC. It's like, oh, this is the way to go.
It's still like siphons
a little bit.
It's like 5 volt.
5 volt.
The
bare minimum. Exactly. I'd rather deal with that than keep taxing my 1200 watt power supply.
I think it's somewhere like underneath all put away, but I used to have on my old setup. Remember like my blue microphone that's now at the office?
Yeah.
I used to run that on a USB hub, and it was just ran off of my computer at first. And we always wondered why all of a sudden one day it just like sounded really good. And it's because I had plugged the hub in like through power, and my USB microphone was taking more power than the hub could provide, so therefore it was giving me worse sound quality because it couldn't provide all of the voltage. But as soon as I plugged in, it was like, hey look, I can perform good now.
Right.
It's still crappy, but it was better than it was.
I wish
when I get the
there's pros and cons with blue Yetis, with the Yeti line. There's pros and cons.
Well, that one's not a Yeti. That one's
that's just a snowball, right?
It's called Newer, like NEWER.
Oh yeah, I'm not familiar with them then.
Yeah, it's on Newegg. It's what the DogeLord sent me.
I remember that. Forever ago. He's like, you need a better microphone.
Yeah, because it was these headphones. Yep. But it's with the
mic.
Yeah,
the microphone that you would either be
still running the same headphones too, but they're due. They live their life. They're starting to not be as functional.
Like I would love to get myself like a Shure mic.
Those are really cool.
Yeah, but man, the price tag got it's like
every
time I look at them, I'm like, every time.
Goblin, Cooper.
What's
Come
up,
on, fellas?
Right?
Yeah, but I know that like it's like our motherboards come in hopefully early this week, right? So probably Tuesday. You got baby appointments on Monday. And then Tuesday, I'm going to go there early in the morning and spend the day getting like network set up. That'd be my day. It's Tuesday, setting up all the networking, getting that taken care of and pushed out of the way now that everything has arrived that I can use for that. And then if it's done early enough, then I might fire up the cards, but I would like to live stream that. So I'll probably take my Yeti with me. So that way I have a better quality mic.
Right.
But yeah, that'd be the goal for that if everything arrives. So,
but it's like it's so nice to have this hub though. I can turn everything off instead of having to plug everything, unplug everything all the time.
You just got the buttons on it.
Yeah,
those are fancy.
Dude, it was cheap. It was like $20 each.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't say they're expensive, but I said they're fancy.
Like, yeah. I was like, well, it's like I'm tired of unplugging everything in and out. I'm like, I got a USB 3.0 and a 2.0. I'm like, I only need 2 of these, and that'll cover everything.
I did not.
Did you know that the grid seat, kind of talking about mining stuff, it's kind of, I'm going to segue into some mining stuff now. And my grid seed doesn't like to use 3.0.
Weird.
It starts throwing errors in 3.0.
I've never heard of that.
It was very unhappy with it for whatever reason. I put it on to 2.0. All you hear is a boop boop as it detects it on the USB side. Ooh, weirdest thing. And it's like, and I don't know if it's fighting device IDs on USB. That's my other. That's the other thing that I can think of, because like I have
I've
two
done
Logitechs.
That before with, yes.
I have two Logitechs.
Two Logitechs in the same hub do not work together.
Right, because it's got the same call ID. So yep. I've got one plugged into 3.0 and the other one plugged into 2.0, and I'm fine.
Yep. Yeah, I found that out a long time ago. You can't plug Logitechs into the same hub.
No, I've had everything off, and it was giving me a hard time in the 3.0 port. I put it in a 2.0. It's been fine ever since. I've never. It was to the point where it didn't even the software I'm running for it didn't even detect the hardware. Like, I can find it in Device Manager. So, I mean, it's not like my computer didn't detect it.
Right.
But it couldn't do the call out through 3.0. Put it in a 2.0, fired it on up like 2 seconds.
Dang, that's a really good deal.
Uh-oh. Wait, what kind of porn are you looking at? Said it's a good deal. It's computer porn.
Yeah,
I fucking knew it.
Today's Shell Shocker deals. There's a HDMI KVM switch, 4K 60 hertz, that allows you to run two monitors or two computers into one monitor. Lets you switch back and forth. And then allows the receiver, you can put the hub into it, and you can control both computers with like one keyboard.
Oh yeah, they got there's software that
gaming stream setups. Yeah,
there's software that's
$25. It's a really good deal for what it is.
Does it work in Linux?
Usually does.
Not always.
Well, this is a hardware. There's no decoding. Like, there's no software. This is full KVM hardware.
Yeah, but for the keyboard to switch over from one to other, unless that's hardwired both into both as a hub. and it's being just taken over by the hub.
Maybe, but
if
I would imagine that's probably like a Bluetooth receiver.
Right, and then it's like you've got to get Linux to be able to communicate, and we know how Linux is not always nice with wireless.
It's because it utilizes USB-B, which is like the printer cable, which is how it negates that. So it's full hardware.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say it's like either it's done in software or they do a hardware takeover.
It's all hard on this. It's all hardware.
Right. Makes sense. It makes sense.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
$25. Not bad. Not bad. I like going through there sometimes. Sometimes there's really good deals.
Yeah, sometimes I look at things that are impractical, though, from time to time. I did one, like, a few days ago, and I was like, that's cool, but totally impractical. It was like a racing...
Yeah, they have some...
It was like a racing sim chair.
That's, like, real stupid.
It was like a racing sim chair, and it was, like, on these, like, 5-foot tall, like, actuator shocks to simulate taking off, stomping on the brakes, hitting the gas, monitor holds up on there. I'm like, that's like impractical. I would love to go to an arcade that has that, though. Let it be not my problem.
I know who he is, Goblin. If I'm not mistaken, he's an electrical engineer, right? Also a hacker. Yeah. He's super smart. Let's pull his that. He knows what's up. No, I don't like watch him regularly. Only when I get shared videos from friends. Or acquaintances. Allegedly. Yeah. That kind of stuff. Yeah, man. So, topic of the night, man. IR hash power combined for proof of work miners. I say this because I mean I didn't provide the migration, right? But I did watch two miners Ethereum hash rate go.
Okay. Now,
during the time period, I thought was pretty funny.
And I will sit there and
at the same time, like
interject
they unleashed like 100% unlocker. Also, Hive going down that kind of messes with some things.
I would also argue the point of it is normal to see jagged flows in the hash rate chart. It's like this. Unless there's a big farm that watches Red Panda that would take the time to switch all their rigs, or somebody that's big that watches Son of a Tech that's willing to go through and swap everything on all of them.
So they know BBT switched anything over? Did he move over?
No, because it's one of those things of he's got to run a business. A lot of time. Yeah, he's got to run a business. You're talking downtime. Unless it's not profitable, why move it?
Our buddy up north probably did not switch his farm over. That's a lot of GPUs, man.
Yeah, and I'm not talking shit at all. It's like
what 150 workers, I think it was.
Something like that.
And like what's workers? That's full rigs, and I think most of them are 8-card rigs. 8 cards is really the way to go. 12 is cool if you're like at home.
At home, where you're able to babysit them.
Density is key.
Not only that, you're not getting any more density. I'll argue that fact. But if you're
I mean,
home
like
to babysit
per
them,
like motherboard, you know what I mean? Like in like a home, like you need to
you can
fill
do
out.
you can
You
do
need to fill out a
six.
motherboard as full as you can
You
before
do
you
you
like
can do six
start
card vertical.
continuing.
You can do the 6 card verticals, and be able to just stack and run your
So
Ethernet
most
up
people
top.
don't run 12 card rigs.
No,
Most people.
No. It's the smartest thing is to do 6 and
to
8. Yeah, they're the sweet spot. They're the most stable. You set them up, walk away.
7 if you're BBT. He runs 7 because he leaves one slot open.
Right.
For any kind of like
quick upgrade.
Any kind of upgrade or something goes like funky or debugging. Yep. Debugging is usually the good one because you can always pull a card and move it and see what's going on.
And that's where I've got a lot of the motherboards that I've got are, the H110. They're 12 GPU natively. So
yeah, I don't have any 12 GPU boards. I've never had one of those.
I filled them out before they get really unhappy at 12.
Yeah, they are. They can.
And it's
10 is where they really like.
Hold on, I will interject it in this fashion.
Depending on CPU.
Exactly.
That's depending on CPU.
I noticed that I have
bottom
right.
Like,
I did it on 2 different boards.
GPU that barely slides in minimum requirements.
Yeah. So
you don't have enough lanes to
I did, yeah,
12.
exactly. I did it on one and versed it against the other, and I realized one would let me do 11. The other one was unhappy after 9.
Yep, that's usually the key on those motherboards. You have to run.
You have to run the best CPU you could slot in there.
I mean, you don't got to run like budget. The baddest, but you got to run
budget.
Like
yeah, for your budget. You want the baddest for your budget.
You need a lot of lanes.
But if you're willing to splurge a little bit, it's worth going after mid to mid high tier.
Was it 1155s? 1155s usually you're okay with.
So like getting
the basic Intel.
Yeah, I would have gone with the Intel lineup instead of the Celeron like I did. Both of them I did the Celeron on. They were one was the G3900.
1151s.
Yeah,
they were the new boards.
I believe they were
1151s. I don't think I have 1151s. I think that's new for me. Everything's so large on my screen for today, whatever reason. Everything's like zoomed in 150%.
What happens when you look at prawn?
Yes, man.
It's like all.
Want to get all of them. That's probably when I was editing videos earlier.
That usually does it.
I was doing some of the cool little videos that I make in clips. I use a service. And that's on like browser. Probably what it was. Oh yeah, pulling a new egg. Where did they go? Oh, they're there. Yeah, LGA 1151 is the ones we got. There is an option for the 1155s, which is the better. 1156s are an option as well, but you have to change.
Oh, they didn't come with CPUs though?
No. The CPUs are on board. Okay,
that's what I thought.
Yeah, I'm just saying they have other options.
Oh, okay.
Ours is the LGA 1151 slot. Yep. Yep. Eaters. Yeah, I got Celerons.
Oh, Goblin, it's going pretty good actually. I've done a few streams. I've got it on YouTube also, guys. So it's Crypto and Hot Rods Gaming. I'm not sure if I'm gonna rebrand it. It was just something I just threw on there real quick because a few people asked me to. I'll probably rename it to something else. Like I don't know. I was kicking around the idea, like stomp that loud pedal.
If you're, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna do gaming, man, you could always like do it on like, you could help like push just gaming for like. Never mind. I'll talk about it later. I don't want to spoil too much. I have too many things I'm working on.
Right.
I don't want to spoil too much for something else. Soon, guys. If you're in the Patreon, you'll know. We talked about it on the Patreon.
That's what's up.
Last week.
You gotta be behind the scenes in order to know this stuff. Love it. But things should with my driving simulator, Goblin, actually been getting a lot better with it. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with utilizing a steering wheel for the first time. That's the first hurdle. It's just kind of understanding what the input of the steering wheel is telling you. And then also it works better if I've got all my cables cleaned up like I do now too, with powered USB hubs and stuff. So baller. And all of it's got like intelligent charging on there and all that good stuff. I was like, ooh, fancy.
Fancy.
Mm-hmm. Smash that lizard like button, guys, if you haven't done so.
I know you don't have very many, if at all, LHR cards, right?
Just one.
You have the TI.
Oh no! I've got two. No, I've got two. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've got the 3070 and the 3080 Ti.
Okay, 3080 Ti is PC. Main PC.
That's what I'm currently using. Correct.
Have you been running the new NB miner?
No, I have not.
Curious.
I was going to be doing that probably tonight. I was like, I always hold off on running new software before I swap over. I want to hear everybody, because
you're running the 3080 Ti and they were having some of them, because it's 12 gigabytes of RAM, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And that's the one that they were having issues with. Because it was 12 gigabytes, but they've gotten them fixed, from what I understand.
Yeah, that's what I knew, and I usually wait for like them to kind of let it go live, let everybody bitch and moan about what's broken on there, gives the devs the chance to fix it, which I'm cool with. I'll hold off, just make it work, and then I'll jump on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I ain't no big hurry, It's like I'm getting like 80% unlock already, so I mean, yeah, I'm missing out on a little bit of hash rate right now, but I'd rather have my computer be stable because that is on my main PC. The one in the mining room, I gave two shits. I'll run that. I haven't updated it yet because Hive's been having its issues with just updating. So
if it's on a rig of non-LHR cards, I wouldn't.
Right, and that's what everybody's been saying. So that's the other reason. Thank you for hitting that point for me. Is the other reason why I'm not swapping over is that it's not the only card on there, and it doesn't matter if you bring it over if I swap it off of my AMD rig, because it's on my AMD rig right now.
Right. So there you would be able to run it because you could just run because you run a second miner, I'm assuming anyway.
Correct.
So it would work. It would work in that situation.
Right. And I was thinking
as long as you're running the newest NVIDIA drivers, because I can't do it with my 3060 rig. One, because
you're on a mixed rig.
it's a mixed rig of different versions of 3060s, which is conflicting.
Yeah.
And
oh, that's
second,
that one that fucking that I
it's on the
accidentally
RedTech.
crashed on you, didn't it? Didn't I?
No,
No, that's not that one. Okay.
No, my 3060 Ti is a full non-LHR card. That was
Okay.
first generation. That was like soon as it came out card. I got extremely lucky on Best Buy drop with that. But the 3060 rig can't run it also because it's the RevTech motherboard. You can't run the newer drivers. I can't run 510 because I can't run the newest kernel because of the RevTech.
And if
There's
you got,
something wrong with the RevTech. That, like all of them.
I have an
But
issue
it's
with
an issue
running
with the
running
version
my
it's in.
stuff.
It's a version 1 has had the issue, but also
Yep.
version 2s have had the issue where you get malfunctions.
Yeah.
And the cards don't show up. And it's only because
Yep.
of the Hive kernel version. If you run
And
the
that's
older
the problem.
kernel,
And that's the problem that I had with mine. I went through it and I'm like, it's not showing shit.
yeah, if you download Hive onto it, but don't like connect your card to it and just plug in your into the monitor into it, go in there and install an older version that has the correct kernel, and it'll work. I don't know what it is, man. It's weird.
I'll
It's gotta
just
be too
leave
old.
those. I'll just leave those to being AMD only. Make it easy.
I mean, I run.
I know you can
full
run.
I run 7 cards off of mine.
I mean, I know people
but-
running NVIDIA on there and stuff, but there's a group of people that also have. It's like it just says no, we're not doing that.
Some people can't. Red has the one that he can't run into.
I can't. I can't do it. I went through everything on that board to try, and it's like no, and it's like oh great, because I have to run the latest NVIDIA kernel for running the cards that I was wanting, so it already borked out because of that. I can install. I can put in. I've got older images that I've put on there.
Right.
It'll see my NVIDIA 550 Ti without an issue with the old ones. But then it doesn't see the new GPUs because it's too old. I mean, the driver's too old, so it doesn't recognize the new GPU. So only a fraction of them would show up, and the rest of them would come up as NVIDIA. You know how it does the basic call out of what it is because you're running the wrong drivers. And then as soon as you update so that everything works, that's the last time you see a card. I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And that the only thing that I can think of that would ever fix something like that is if there's a BIOS update for this thing.
From what I know, there is not.
And that's what I heard too. And I'm like, great. So I'm for my purpose.
There was a BIOS update, but the one I have is at the highest that it can be. So I can't update mine any higher.
Right. Yeah, both of them that I have. I've got 2 of them, and both of them refuse to register an NVIDIA in there. I'm like, you gotta be kidding. Whatever. It is what it is.
Yep. It is what it is. So did you buy any new shunts? Did you buy any yet?
Not yet, because I want to verify that they are the double, the 005s. Yeah.
Yep, 100%.
They are.
Sir.
Okay.
100%.
I will have those ordered up and shipped out. They're actually pretty cheap too. Shipping's gonna.
Everybody else gets theirs off of like AliExpress or Alibaba or whatever. Is where I've seen people get them from because they get them in like huge or long strings.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen them in stringers, and I've seen books.
Yeah. So I mean, two per card times that by 20. That's 40 of them. But you always want to buy extra. You never buy exact amount when you're buying stuff like that because it's always possible that you get a dead component.
Oh yeah.
It's very possible. Rare, but it does happen. And then if you buy the exact number, then you don't have one. Then you're like, well, now I got to go buy a bunch more because you can't buy them. You can't just buy one. FA in the chat for sure. Cryptology, what is up, my man? How you doing?
Hey yo!
Thanks for joining us last night.
Hell yeah, man! That was awesome.
Beacon FA for sure, buddy. Hey, what's up? Not a whole lot, man. It's been a interesting week. Kind of chilling right now, yeah. You about to watch Batman? Nice. I have not seen it yet. Not seen the new Batman yet. Let me know if it's any good. I've heard mixed signals. Heard the bat signal's not always lit. Yeah. Yeah, I've not seen it though. And now just planning out moves, man. That's what I'm doing. Just figuring out what to do. Plan out my week. That's what I'm doing. Usually do that on the weekends. Plan out what I do the next week.
So, what's your whole take on the whole Ethereum merge?
I hope they do it. To be like quite honest, it would suck, but I mean, like, I've said this, I keep saying it, like, everyone like knows like where I stand. Like, as I wouldn't like consider myself a developer, but I am in a sense. You know, I do know a lot of the same stuff, and like, as a standpoint from that, like, they should have done this a long time ago. It's hurting their chain, you know what I mean? Like, it's not doing it any better. It's getting worse, and they're not fixing it. Just because they're merging doesn't mean they're solving any issues. All they're doing is changing from one consensus layer to another. That's it. Changing from proof of work to proof of stake validators. That's it. Same function, just different miners, different type of miners. Still miners to a degree, but different type. So I just kind of hope that they do it. Sucks for us miners, and people need to plan accordingly. It will muscle out like smaller at-home miners, of course, because they're not going to be as profitable, and they'll have to shut off their rigs. I've talked to quite a few people that are strictly Ethereum miners. Like, that's all they do. They're just Ethereum miners. And they're like, oh, well, should I mine some other coin after this? I'm like, well, do you know of any coin? No, I only mine Ethereum. So, like, what do you do with it? Well, I staked it. You have no money. That's what I'm getting just of.
Right.
Got it. Like, did you stake it all? Yeah. What? Why? Why would you do that? You can't withdraw it. Like, I mean, I get it, but then they should I mine something else? Well, yeah. Well, what are you gonna do with it after that? Well, I'm gonna convert it to Ethereum and stake it. Okay. or are you going to chase the most profitable coin? And the next answer is going to be, or next question to me, well, how often do I got to do that? Who knows, man? I've changed coins weekly before. I've done that before. I've changed coins every couple of days before, just to remain to stay profitable. And then they're like, oh, yeah, I don't want to do that. That's too much work. That's proof of work, sir. I don't know. It's just weird. The dynamic is weird. It's not like it has happened before you. And plus, Ethereum mining has been king for a while. It was just it was spec mining for a while, and even Ethereum was in the spec mining category because it wasn't always profitable. There was times where it wasn't as profitable as other coins, and then all of a sudden it was the king, it's just going all out.
Took off, yeah.
Most profitable coins stayed the most profitable coin, and then that's when everybody got in and was like, "Oh, Ethereum's the only coin that we can mine." Oh, you got plenty of other coins to mine. Just that Ethereum's the most profitable. So I don't know. It needs to happen as a standpoint from a developer standpoint, because no one likes when people just kind of drag their feet. No one likes that. As a consumer, as someone trying to pitch a product and build on a product, people don't want to see you just constantly delaying the biggest upgrade on your chain that you hype up constantly and have problems with constantly, but you never follow through. They need to do it. They need to have done it last year when they said they were going to do it. Before they did a EIP 1559, they should have just merged, because it would have saved the merge as well, because gas fees still are going to be terrible after the merge. Had they not done EIP 1559 and just merged and just cut their loss and done it, would be a different situation. It'd be a different kind of Ethereum right now. It'd be really it could be it could be interesting. Because you wouldn't have the same kind of gas fees.
That is true.
It'd still be very viable. Now it might not be viable.
We'll have to see if they shot themselves in the foot or not.
I'm sure they'll figure it out. Of course, they have to. They're the most trafficked chain, to be honest. But that's only because so many dApps run on Ethereum compared to Bitcoin, which is crappy. But Bitcoin's not, anything can be done on Bitcoin, right? You can do all of this on Bitcoin, but that's not the point of it. That's the kind of the gist that I'm kind of understanding, that from all of this, that I've learned that you can do it on Bitcoin. People would, but it's not what it was meant to do. And you can't truly scale something like a DeFi platform on Bitcoin, because there's a cap. You know what I mean? And there wouldn't be enough supply all the time. Sometimes there's not enough supply daily anyway. Well, we haven't seen that in a while, but if it keeps going low enough, we will. You'll start seeing that again, where exchanges won't have enough Bitcoin to sell you. They're selling you an IOU.
Hey, just remember, if Coinbase goes bankrupt because the stock bottoms out, you never really had any coins.
Dude, that one blew my mind. I was like, what?
And then all the other exchanges followed suit and said the same thing. You are basically accredited. You just become accredited investor.
Yep.
You just lost.
Which, if you're not an acclaimed accredited investor, you could get in trouble for that. And that's a double-edged sword, in my opinion. If you tried to go and fight it, they could countersue you for not being an accredited investor. Well, just being
Gambling. You're just basically gambling.
That's a gamble with a different situation. Well, thank you. I will. I mean, I get the email like at least once a week now, because I'm coming up due on like my, renew your registration on Coinbase, and I think I thought about it. I was like, maybe I might not let it roll over. I might just keep it the way I have it, and then like all this extra stuff starts coming out. I'm like, I might just let it go. Might just let it go. But I had someone ask me this morning, they were like, "Oh, well, haven't you bought Bitcoin or any crypto?" And I was like, "Oh no, I don't. I haven't like bought crypto for myself like years."
Yeah, I'm different with that, I guess.
I have not I haven't turned fiat into Bitcoin in years, just because of the fact that I do freelancing jobs in crypto,
and I'm like, every time cash touches my hands, I'm like, oh, get this stuff off of me. I have to go wash.
Yeah, a lot of my work is like done paid in crypto, so like I get crypto for my jobs. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a little different situation, which helps, and I don't have to like go and buy crypto. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just take Bitcoin or whatever, and then I usually have them send it to me. And then if I need something else, I'll go to them like swap space or something, and I'll swap for the coin. If I want like ApeCoin, I go buy it with the Bitcoin off of like a swap instead of having to go to like a centralized exchange or a Coinbase,
right,
for random thing. But personally, I mean, like the question this morning was, if Ethereum dropped below $100, would I buy it? That was the question, and I was like, no, because I would mine it if I wanted it that bad under $100. I would mine it, because that's what I did last time they dropped at $100. I mined it. I didn't buy it.
Right.
If it's a proof of work coin, I'm gonna mine it if I want it. I'm not gonna go buy it. There's no point in that. That is counterintuitive. You could go earn it for your work, proof of work, and you get coins that are freshly minted, and they really do have more value, but just exchanges don't see them as worth more.
Right.
Some individuals do, though. There are some individuals that do find mined coins more valuable because they've never touched an exchange. They've only been in your wallet. I've dealt with individuals that would mine $300-400 to a wallet, and then they would go to another wallet, and they know that they had $400 in this wallet, and they would just buy something, and they would just give them the private key to that wallet. And they say, if you want the money, you transfer it yourself. Simple as that. I was like, saves you on transfer fees because you don't have to transfer anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just hand over your keys. They get all the money, and it's still freshly minted coin. It's never touched an exchange. It just went from peer to peer. I never touched an exchange. And I was like,
that's actually, I like that.
And I was like, that's intense, man. And I was like, well, what do you do if you write it down? And he goes, well, you have to take that upon yourself if you're gonna trust the person or not. Right. He goes, if you get a new computer from somebody or a new phone from somebody, he goes, do you wipe it and change the passwords on it? I was like, well, yeah. And he goes, why would this be any different?
Right.
He goes, but you would send it from your clean wallet, this clean wallet, to your clean wallet, and it would have never touched anywhere. And I was like, fair point. Fair point, sir. It was a good one. Not many people think that way, though.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, man? DogeLord. Gallo, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? FA for sure, man. FA for sure. Only Ethereum will kill Ethereum. Yeah,
Pretty much. They're gonna kill it with their shit code, that's for sure.
It's gonna kill it. Only the people who can kill it is themselves.
By
the Fed's not gonna kill it because they already have control of
overcomplicating it. I think that they're gonna kill it by overcomplicating it.
Making an extremely complicated situation.
Yeah, the code itself, the base code, is going to be overly complicated and just riddled with exploits. I mean, it's like, how many exploits do you think it'll take to kill it? I'd hate to have people sit there and lose money. That is the last thing I want to see in any way, shape, or form. And it's like, I just hope that people understand the possibilities moving into this. That, you know, it's like, it's not Bitcoin, guys. You want something that's guaranteed? Bitcoin. Oh, dude, man, have you seen the it's like, I can't wait until I see the longs get like liquidated on Bitcoin. What that'll, if it snaps up, the what is it? The longs are longing to $84,000 per Bitcoin right now. Man, that would make mining great again overnight. That'd be like an overnight sensational pop.
The happening is like what, half a year away?
It's been that. I thought it was like a. Man, it's coming up that close. We've been in the field. We've been in this that long. It's like, holy cow.
700 days. 720 days.
Okay, so it's like 2 years.
We're almost to 1 year away. Estimated time. Yeah, so we're just over that barricade or that thing because it would be in May 2024. It's the happening is in 2 more years, so difficulty adjustments coming up then?
No, difficulty adjustment happens every, give or take, I forget the block time, but every 10-ish to 15-ish days. Blockchain will reset its difficulty in that block period segment.
Man, can you imagine?
So if it bottomed out in there,
Bitcoin per block in 2 years.
No, it'll be 3.125.
Yeah.
Got to be precise here. It's calculated.
Can you imagine?
It's like, at what point in time are we going to start seeing the Bitcoin price actually get priced in for the happening?
Man, dude. Last happening was a ride. This one's gonna be even more wild.
Oh my god.
We got both DogeLords in here.
Oh
man.
I feel giddy like a schoolgirl.
Oh man. All both of them.
Oh, that's too funny.
Gallo says ETH won't go proof of stake in the bear market. It'll be its death. That's a good point, but they also won't go proof of stake during holiday season either.
Nope.
So August is a good time for them because it's not November to December. They don't want anything to do with it because it's a lot of holidays and a lot of them are gone all the time. So it's bad time for business, bad time for coding and everybody being on the same boat because they're not.
Yeah, and from different continents and stuff like that. You know, they are worldwide coders.
There's a lot of people that work on it. That code touches a lot of hands.
Yes, it does.
I
And it's like in that just alone can overcomplicate a system. Too many people fucking with it, you know. I have I have hopes for Ethereum to, not tank, because there's a lot of people that have a lot riding on it.
Yeah. Had a lot of riding in Luna too, and look what happened to him.
Well,
I've been reading some
that was a Ponzi, and Dequan was a Ponzi fucker himself, dude. Come on.
Like, man, some of the things that I'm like reading, some of these chats. He
made a Ponzi. He knew it.
Like
this, because like everybody's number one question is, where's the Bitcoin? Where'd it go? Oh, I'm forking the code. But where's the Bitcoin? Well, I'm making it better. I'm fixing it over here. See, guys? See, it's over here now, guys. Don't look over there, please. It's like, get the fuck out of here with that.
Answered that question yet.
Oh, yeah, he's not going to. He's got it because he's got it. and
it's wild.
All you got to do is, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have anything. Just like, fake Toshi.
It has pumped like 600% last 24 hours.
If people don't understand what getting ripped off is, unfortunately, I'm gonna sit there, step back, and be like,
guarantee 20% on a stable. 100%, dude. You can't.
You're a stable coin. You're supposed to be $1. There's supposed to be no fucking arbitrage.
You can't.
If you're getting liquidated, you have to subtract off the books, and if you're not, well, then that's a problem.
That was the only thing that held me away from. Because I mean, I'm into DeFi, right? But that is like one of the platforms I never touched was Terra, because it was built on stable coins, and that just seems like muddy water.
It does. There's no. I mean, it's like the only
it's like muddy water. Eventually, one part of it's going to be quicksand, and you're going to sink.
As much as everybody wants to give Tether shit, it's like at least they, in a time of contraction, they actually pull off the books. They don't keep pumping the supply up. They only pump in the supply when they've got an oversaturation of reserves. And then they've got X amount of reserves in case of a quick spike, which would be smart. And it's not propping up Bitcoin because China uses that to get around sanctions. People, not the government
or Ponzi's, yeah.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Oh yeah, I've never seen one that really can hold. The only one that I've seen that remotely tries to keep pegged to $1 is Tether. Out of all of them, that's the only one that's ever proven itself. Not that I'm going to use it. But at least it's proven itself over the years to be like, hey, we're trying over here.
USDC always dips in a couple cents.
And that's, and to me, a 1, 2, 10 cents, I'm fine with. If it's in a quick...
Never 10 cents. I always see like a couple cents.
I would say up to 10 cents for a snap liquidation off of somewhere. And people panic, moving and trading. I mean, like, you could play arbitrage up to 10% and 10 cents on a stable coin. I've seen Tether drop down to 91 cents, give or take.
Someone just dumped 25 million Luna. It's only like $9,000, but I can imagine what it would have been. When it was $100.
Ouch. That's oh shit! It's not coming back, boys.
I've seen lots of very, very depressing like posts
Oh
Never bet the
yeah,
house, guys. Never bet the house.
never.
Ever.
Oh yeah, there's that
I don't
one
care,
dude.
even if you think you're gonna win.
I think I know
You
who
won't.
you're referencing. Like I've seen the post about the guy who like
Like,
bet everything.
and he has nothing.
Or
Absolutely.
or
nothing.
the guy that
There's
dropped
tons of them.
in all $20 million of his into it, and and it's gone. And he's just like, hey, I'll get it back. You know, at least he didn't. He just bet the bank. At least he didn't bet the farm. Never bet the farm. At the end of the day, a roof over your head is more important.
Some of those stories, man.
Oh yeah.
Reminds me of BitConnect days.
Oh yeah. Did you see my meme?
Oh,
BitConnect instead of BitConnect. Yeah.
That's funny.
So I found it. I was like, "Oh, that's hilarious!" They even put Daquan's face over the BitConnect guys. I was like, "Yes, I'm stealing this."
That's funny.
I thought so too. I was like, "Oh,
That's
I like
pretty
that.
funny.
I like that. That's a good one."
It's fucking depressing. It is depressing. Just want you to know, Goblin, there's people out there that have it way worse than you right now.
Oh
I
yeah.
want you to understand that, buddy. You're in a good situation. Regardless if you don't think it might be. You got people out there that just lost millions of dollars.
What's up?
I've seen stories of people actually like committing suicide and crap.
Oh yeah.
Not
During the stock market crash in 29, there was a top level executives throwing themselves out of New York skyscraper windows.
Yeah,
that is why New York skyscraper windows only open up 4 inches now, because you can't toss yourself out that. I was like, that's kind of a morbid reason to not be able to open up the window. And they were like, well, it's kind of a hazard to have a 200-pound man come flinging himself down to the pavement below as somebody's haphazardly enjoying their day.
Man, could you imagine, like, so you can drop like a penny off the Empire State Building and it'll kill someone. Could you imagine?
No.
Person?
Mythbusters proved otherwise.
Whatever.
That's incorrect. Mythbusters also proved that you could polish a turd.
Anyway, so you could drop a penny off the building, right?
It'll hurt, but it's not gonna kill you.
Allegedly, possibly could kill somebody, right? Hurt really bad. Just imagine like a 200-pound person coming.
Right, just coming on, man. Your head just snaps over instantly.
Death.
Oh yeah,
that's instant death.
Instant. Right, you're like, oh.
Immediately. Jeez, man.
I mean, I used to listen to the I used to listen to the video to the music. You know, let the bodies hit the floor, let the body, but not like that, guys.
I've seen the footage of that, man. It was intense.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It's in black and white. Just...
Oh yeah. Yep. All right, here. So
remember that we love you guys.
Right.
And if you ever need to talk to people, join the Discord.
Right, exactly. Please. Links down below, guys. It's free, guys. Join.
Talk to people.
We're here.
Make yourself feel better.
Right. Or go find somebody that'll help you feel better. Even in bloodbath markets like this, you got to keep your head up. I mean, it's not like there's not big mining news going on. Oh, talk about my mini Doge that I put out in my shed was not happy out there, actually.
Really? Yeah.
The wireless connection did not like to be connected with my wireless device in the middle of the house. What I was seeing was it was like connect, then gone. Connect, then gone. Connect, and gone.
Hmm.
Now I have it in the mining room. It's happy. So it's not a heat problem because it was much hotter in the mining room than it was in the shed. But it didn't like going through from the. I mean, I wonder if I got a better antenna for it. Would it help?
Mine doesn't have any issues, but mine's pretty close.
Right. You see, mine would be well over 100 feet away.
Definitely not.
Because, like, my wireless is, like, just in the kitchen, which is just, like, you know, a few, you know, maybe 15 feet from me. So it's, like, it's just got to go through one wall to get over there. The other one was the shed, the interior wall, the exterior wall, the interior wall, and then it still had to travel down the hallway to get to it, and it had to basically get around the refrigerator because, yeah, it works better if it's got more of a line of sight, but yeah.
Yeah, walls aren't bad, but electricity, like things that have electricity coming through, refrigerators, microwaves, things like that, cause a little bit more interference, just a little bit. It
Yeah,
definitely doesn't help things.
it's going through
Multiple walls
well, not so much the multiple walls always, but my theory is that Bobby, though, my wife's kid, is IT guy.
Right.
So he's just got a bunch of electronics already running back there too. On top of me running all the electronics up in front, just you know, creating all this ozone. Power companies going, we love this guy. Do not let him
I like
move.
that guy.
Do not let him move. It was really cool to see the fucking transformer pop.
Yeah, I'm supposed to do that.
I'm gonna blame it on that the neighborhood grew and they didn't update their power. Had nothing to do with me. No, not my fault.
Yeah, no, definitely not your fault. Just
a 200 amp
by association.
Right, a 200 amp transformer should be able to handle all that I'm throwing at it. I only want half of it.
And everybody else that's in the neighborhood.
They get half of it. They get 100 amps.
They all get half, and I get one whole half to myself.
Right. They get the share. It's mine.
That's fair.
Right. If the electric company doesn't like it, they need to add a bigger one, or two, or three, and then let me upgrade. They told me that my meter handles for what was it, 600 amps. I was like, really? Oh.
So you're saying I can run all?
I was like,
no.
I'm like, I
sure?
can get.
You said I could.
I'm like, I can get a transformer. Really? I feel like I'll get this house over here too. I feel like this is a mining home.
I'll just keep this.
Right. Whole front of the house is all mining equipment, exhausting out.
Every room is full of miners.
Right.
It's like, oh man.
All except for Bobby's room. I've got his room all like soundproofed. He doesn't even hear it unless he has to use the bathroom.
Walks out and just like, oh my gosh, hello.
Really, he walks out in the morning with his earphones on. He's just like, all right, I'm gonna go take a shower.
Walks in there, walks in the kitchen, sits down, starts eating some cereal with headphones on. Just
right. Noise canceling headphones.
Yep.
And then he goes into the bathroom. As soon as he shuts the door, it's all insulated in there, so you don't hear it. And he's like, oh.
Takes one off and he's like,
it's like, all right, cool. Right. Grumpy.
I can hear that one.
Right.
It's amazing.
It's pretty quiet where I want to be, where I spend a lot of my time. I got my thinking seat. I have a shower.
Too great. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, smash the subscribe as well, and that little bell notification. Same time we do go live here, guys, we would appreciate that very much so. We are rolling past an hour. So if you have any questions, go ahead and put in the chat below before we roll out of here. But while you're down there, go ahead and press those buttons for us. We'd greatly appreciate it. And join the Discord. Talk about anything that you would like. There are tons of different channels ranging from a variety of things in DCA Discord. And if there's something that you personally would like, you can always suggest it. That is for sure.
And we have a Patreon where you could be part of this.
That is pretty sexy.
Like, the Vanna Whited it. I'm not as good as Vanna White, but I tried. It's all that counts is I tried.
That's all that matters.
Right.
All that
So if
matters,
you guys
sir.
want to be part of the family mine and get your hash on, you might want to join the Patreon. Link is also down below, guys. That's going to be where the early people are going to be able to get their first seat in on the mine. Be there or be square. And then we have other things that we're going to be cooking up for you guys, adding value to all of you guys. We have other things cooking up in the background that obviously, with Mikkel's response, I can't mention because it really was a Patreon exclusive event. It really was. It really was.
You had
So,
to have been there.
if you're there, you know. If you weren't, you're gonna find out coming soon the awesome stuff we got in store for you guys. So with that,
Soon.
guys, coming soon.
DCA adventure.
Woo! Yeah, oh yeah. And with that, guys, definitely smash that Lizardy like button. If you're new here, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Stay tuned. We've got awesome stuff always going on during the week with DeFi gaming. We got Weatherman going off and all that good stuff. So definitely stay tuned. And we'll see you all on the next one, guys. And with that, stay savage. Yo.